Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, New Hampshire. Thank you. Thank you, Senator Shaheen. It's not often you get to speak after someone so respected they named the event after her. Thanks for all the work you and the delegation are doing, Senator Hassan, Congressman Pappas, and my good friend whose support I am so thankful to have, Congresswoman Annie Kuster. Thank you. And thank you, New Hampshire, for welcoming us to this state over the course of the last year. I am here one more time to ask you to join me, not only to end the era of Donald Trump, but to launch the era that must come next. Now, I know some are asking, what business does the South Bend mayor have seeking the highest office in the land? You don't have an office in Washington. You don't have decades of experience in the establishment. The city you're the mayor of isn't even the biggest city in the country. It's more like Manchester, New Hampshire. To which I say that is very much the point. Because Americans in small rural towns, in industrial communities, and yes, in pockets of our country's biggest cities, are tired of being reduced to a punchline by Washington politicians and ready for somebody to take their voice to the American Capitol. And that is how we are going to defeat Donald Trump. How would you like to see a president who cuts taxes for giant corporations have to compete against someone who actually lives in a middle-class neighborhood in the American Midwest and is ready to call him out? How would you like to see a president who likes to cloak himself in religion, this president, have to stand next to someone not afraid to remind fellow believers that God does not belong to a political party in this country? How would you like to see a president who avoided serving when it was his turn have to square off against a war veteran prepared to illustrate why there is nothing patriotic about pardoning war criminals while punishing war heroes? We will beat this president. With a president this disruptive, we cannot run the risk of trying to defeat a fundamentally new challenge by relying on the familiar playbook from before. With a president this divisive, we cannot risk dividing Americans' future further, saying that you must either be for a revolution or you must be for the status quo. Let's make room for everybody in this movement. This is our one shot, our one chance to defeat Donald Trump. And there's an American majority that is unified not just in who we are against, but in what we are for. Because we are for higher wages and the empowerment of workers. We are for honoring our troops by putting an end to endless war. We are for our teachers and prepared to back them up with a Secretary of Education who believes in public education. We are for creating an American experience where your race has no bearing on your health or your wealth or your experience with law enforcement. That is the America we must build together. And we cannot wait any longer. The 10-year-old who asked me what we're going to do so his family can afford insulin cannot wait for us to act to ensure there is no such thing as an uninsured American and no such thing as an unaffordable prescription. The 13-year-old who told me that she asked for a Kevlar backpack for Christmas cannot wait for us to act to protect her school from gun violence. We must act now. I am asking for your support because I believe that the purpose of the presidency is not the glorification of the president. It is the empowerment and the unification of the American people to tackle these big challenges. And my belief in this America is not the product of my age. It's the product of my experience. If you believe in an American future defined by belonging, this is our chance. If you believe in an American politics defined by boldness, this is our chance. If you believe in an American future defined by unity, this is our chance, New Hampshire. New Hampshire, on Tuesday, let's make history and let's go on to defeat Donald Trump in November. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.